All right, so today is Sunday, March 16th, 2025. Um, if it seems crazy, some people think I'm crazy, but I'm trying to beat some form of an evil empire born through. Have you ever heard of the song Lady Gaga, Born This Way? If you don't know it, go watch the music video and understand. It's talking about a birth being born into a universe that cannot be seen. And I'm a captive of this world. I'm not like I'm a fighter in this world because I don't like what I see, um, or what I hear because I can't see it. Some people, I guess, it would be interesting if you could see it, um, but basically, I'm doing it through this. This is my email address. I'm emailing the Secretary of the State of North Carolina. This is my will certificate. My will was activated without refusal on the terms of tender. Tender number for North Carolina. The terms is food stamps number. Without terms of lost or stolen, or terms of return to address. Flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood means whatever is hers that was never made off of myself and is hers and hers without debate in its entirety as to keep her from sin. That's my sister. Um my only DNA copy sister. But look, I'm sending it in. So you see it's sent. I sent it in. But this is my will and it has my fingerprints. I like to fingerprint every page. Um but that way you know it's me. And it's made on my Sister Kid V 9-digit number within the IRS. If probably government, you can find out where it's at. Um, and the Sister Kid V is active now because I don't want somebody to steal it. Because I think somebody's trying to steal from my North Carolina and build some other kind of weird shit. Um, I lived this life for like 15 years. Fighting what people would think was craziness. But this is an act of will. Like the state of North Carolina doesn't have a choice but to recognize it. Um, I would like an attorney so that I can get some better information. Because I believe in working with South Carolina. I'm not trying to strong arm somebody, but this is active because of terms of tender. If the state ever broke trust with my sister KV, my sister KV is saying that it's while I'm living and while I am alive to build my death, which is supposed to help my vineyard, I believe. In my vineyard, it says, I am the fruit of the vine. And if you go to a cemetery has, it's death, but it's a cemetery, but it's like a vineyard. To me, it's like a very well managed vineyard. You see it how far you see it. Um, and so anything that pertains to this, it comes back to my sister KV so that nobody can ever rob it, because it's protected from some entities. One entity in particular that is protected by that I wrote that I wanted to make sure was protected by from. I wanted to make sure it's protected from because I believe this is not something good. So I wrote it here. I wanted to protect from. It's called Almalanthra workings, and this entity is very demonic, as well as I wanted to be protected from Santana Sore and the spectrotropics instruments of Desi. And it sounds foolish, but when they find it, if it ever saves North Carolina, I hope they don't find it. I hope they're like, oh shit, he's actually pretty correct and he's not retarded. And they come forward and help me with a lawyer transparently and how I wanted to operate. Um, I just want this to protect. I mean, the rest of the world, I can't. I'm trying to manage through the state of North Carolina because I think that there is a problem within the National Science Foundation, and it's not really their problem. They just fired some people, so I think maybe they just got involved in some stuff that they didn't know they were getting involved in. And I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying, and some of it, if it came through North Carolina, Charlotte, because that's where NSF is, uh, then I would want it to bestow upon North Carolina that we have to pay back any settlements of any disasters. So I'm trying to write people like Elon Marshall, and I wrote her a email to the Secretary of State from Bashing Concord. I can't ever get a hold of her, but it just basically says what my terms and what my terms are, and like yeah, and so, but as long as they protect my sister, um, and again, if you were ever guilty of something that required to me, I don't know. North Carolina as a state is not guilty. I don't like. Do we worked like as far as I know, from this hidden world, the state worked with certain groups, and those groups um, are involved in some other things. But as far as like being able to take back all the assets on some certain terms, it's, you have to do business with these people um, that have taken money uh, from everywhere. To bring it back to North Carolina is my hopes. I want North Carolina to be wealthy, um, but with the knowledge and information that some of these groups are not our militaries, they're not our state, and maybe our state should give some of these people, even though they will never deserve it, impunity, as long as terms are to disband and to facilitate the budget to North Carolina on probably secrecy because people would be like, "Why deserve a settlement?" No, I think whatever was arranged by me, myself, and my will, if I had my way, it would be sufficient to supply North Carolina with a lot of money because I don't want to take from North Carolina. Um, but these things are activated. Yes, I have to put this in an LLC. I have an LLC. I'm not going to take the name of that. But this is already active. But nothing that I have takes from my sister. If my father left my sister property, it's hers. And that's my youngest. Well, that's not my youngest sister. That's my sister that was adopted with me. And this sister is to be kept free from all of the utilities. I hope, from sin, because I don't think she's responsible for any of this. If there is anything going on, and I love her very much. Um, it was her birthday yesterday, so happy birthday. Um, and like I say, this isn't a death. This is the beginning of life. Because remember, the CCKV is active because of Tinder. They don't like when you look it up. When you do something on Tinder, there isn't. It's kind of messed up, but like there isn't really a refusal, uh, except for if it's not legal. So that's what's up. And I just want to say I love you, North Carolina. I love my state.